Fabulous morning kids, welcome back to our session. In today's session, we are going to discuss about next part of resources and development of class 8. Already you learned what is resources and how it is classified on their basis of origin, level of development and use, stock and distribution. Well, next part of geography about land, soil, water, natural vegetation and wildlife resources. Before begin our topic, let's see a small comparison of small kids at your age. One lives in Africa and other in New Zealand. Mamba, a girl who lives in small village named Tanzania of Africa. She helps her mother in all her household works. After her works, she helps her brother in taking care of their goats. Mamba and her family living in a small hut in rocky land, and they own a piece of land nearby their hut. After working hard, they barely get some maize and beans from their land. And this yield is not enough to run their family for a year. Contrastly, Peter lives in New Zealand and his family runs a own wool processing factory. Every day evening, he helps his uncle in sheepyard, which is in grassy, plain, hilly area, and his family using only those scientific ways. Well, Mamba and Peter both are at same age group but living in different parts of the world, but leading their lives very differently from others. All these differences only because of quality of land, soil, water, natural vegetation, animals and usage of technology. This tells us clearly availability of resources is the important reason why each and every part of land is different in a world. You may think how these resources make their life different. Well, another example we can say is, as we all know, uranium found in Ladakh. Can you get any uranium there in our school ground? Or else there in our living area of Kovalpatti? No way. Even though both Ladakh and Kovalpatti are a part of India, but these differences because of quality and availability of all these resources. Well, let's learn all these resources in brief. Under your first topic, land, you will be learning about land and its use, how to conserve land, as well as about landslides and how to control or avoid landslides. If we look at globe, 3/4 is completely of water and 1/4 on globe is land. That is, land covers only about 30% of our entire earth. In this 1% of land area, 10% of people resides in hilly areas, mountains and grassy lands, and remaining 90% of people lives in 30% of plains, and remaining 30% of 1/4 of land is not suitable for human habitation. The land which is available for different purposes: agriculture, forestry, mining activities, building houses, theme parks, restaurants, roads and setting up of industries. So all these are various uses of land. I know all you are thinking why the distribution of population varies across the globe. Yeah, it is mainly due to the land usage, that is about the land pattern. It is determined by both physical and human factors. The physical factors are topography, soil, climate, minerals, and availability of water. On the other hand, human factors are population and technology, and all these determines the land use pattern. Again, can classify land on the basis of ownership as private land and community land. Private land is nothing but if you are buying or building a new house by your own, then you can say it is your own property. That is private land or private property. Like that, community land is also called as common property resources. That is collection of fodder and medicinal herbs by the common people from that of common land. We can say the best example is about roadways. It is not completely used by a private person. It is used by common people. So we are saying it as common property resources. And those community land is completely managed and controlled only by that of municipal corporation of that locality or the panchayat of that particular village area. As gradually the population increases and their demands too increasing, but the availability of land is limited. As we know it, only 30% of land is available in the globe. As well as we know it, the quality of land also differs from place to place. For example, we can say about our locality of Kovilpatti. As we all living in same place of Kovilpatti, in some areas we are having this water scarcity. So it proves that there is a difference of land quality from place to place. As we are in demand to build up commercial areas and housing complexes in those urban areas, so people started encroaching. That is taking charge those common lands to build their houses. As well as on other hand, the people in rural area, they have started expanding their agricultural land. So the vast changes in our society is because of that land use pattern by those people. As well as land degradation, landslides, soil erosion, desertification are the major threats to the environment because of the expansion of agriculture and construction activities. Let's see how to conserve all these land resources. First, we have to check the present rate of degradation of land. Afforestation, land reclamation, regulated use of chemical pesticides and fertilizers, and checks on overgrazing are some of the common methods to be used to conserve those land resources. Landslides. Landslides are the mass movement of rock debris. Debris is nothing but it is a broken pieces of rock or earth down a slope. Landslide takes place in concurrence with earthquakes, floods and volcanoes too. If there is prolonged spell of rainfall in hilly areas, then it causes heavy landslide. That is what we are often seeing or hearing news about hilly areas like Ooty and Kodaikanal. This strikes a life of people in those hilly areas. Let's see a case history of landslide which is mentioned in page number 12 of your NCERT geography book. It's about massive landslide which hit in Panji village near Rekongpio in Kinnoor district of Himachal Pradesh, and it is completely damaged that Hindustan-Tibet Road and National Highway 22, and it is completely topsy-turvy the life of Panji village people. So after this intense damage by that of a landslide to Panji village, the people were completely vacated to avoid any possible loss of life further. Let's see mitigation mechanism measures for landslides. It is too important to know. First is hazard mapping, that is to locate areas prone in which areas the landslide may occur often. So by that of remote sensing way and GIS system, that is geographic informative system, we can avoid those areas for building settlements. And then constructing a retention wall, that is to prevent land from that of slipping. And increasing the natural vegetation, it arrests the landslide. One more important measure is surface drainage control. The maximum landslide may happen due with rainwater and spring flows. Another important resource is soil. Look down at the soil profile given here. It is parent rock. Next to parent rock is weathered rock. Then subsoil and topsoil. Topsoil is full of humus, which is essential for vegetation. Soil is a thin layer which covers a surface of the earth. And there are various factors which affects the formation of soil. Let's see those factors in detail. First is parent rock. Parent rock, it determines color, texture, chemical properties and mineral content. Next is a relief. That is based on the altitude, height and slope, it determines the thickness of soil. Flora, fauna and microorganisms. If the rich amount of microorganisms is present in the soil, then the soil could be more fertile. It affects the rate of humus formation. Time is required to determine the thickness of soil profile. Last is climate. That is temperature, rainfall influence, rate of weathering and humus. It affects the quality of soil. Then automatically it will affect the growth of plant. So climate is too essential for soil formation. Do you know the soil takes nearly hundreds of years to make just 1 centimeter? Did you know what is weathering is? Yeah, it is just a breaking up and decay of exposed rocks by temperature changes, frost action, plants and animals and human activity. Degradation of soil. Soil erosion and depletion are the major threats to soil. Both human and natural factors can also lead to degradation of soil. Let's see those factors which lead to the soil degradation are deforestation. If we cut down the trees in a forest area, then it may lead to soil degradation. Overgrazing, overuse of chemical fertilizers or pesticides, then the land and the soil may lose their nature content, and then rainwash and landslides as well as floods too. Let's see how we can conserve the soil by the following measures as mulching, contour barriers, rock dam, terrace forming, intercropping, contour ploughing and shelter belts. Mulching is nothing but in the background between those plants it is completely covered with a layer of organic matters like straw because it helps to retain soil moisture in the land. Contour barriers. Contour is nothing but it is an outer line of that particular land. Stones, grass and soil are used to build barrier. And trenches are made to collect water. Rock dam. Rocks are piled to slow down the flow of water. Terrace forming. Broad flat steps or terraces are made on the hilly areas to get the flat surfaces which is suitable to grow some crops, and it reduces the soil runoff and soil erosion. Intercropping. In those alternative rows, different crops are grown. Contour ploughing. Ploughing parallel to the contours of a hill slope to form a natural barrier for water to flow down the slope. Shelter belts. In coastal and dry regions, you can see number of trees are planted in rows that to check the wind movement to protect soil cover in that area. And we came to an end of this part. Let's see what you have to write in your classwork note. You have to write what is land, distribution of land, land use pattern, and how it is classified on the basis of ownership, mitigation mechanism, factors affecting soil formation, and finally, conservation of soil. Thank you, students. Stay home, stay happy, stay safe. Bye.